guys, it's Kate and welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel if you've been here before. I am so excited about the new year. It's January 1st when I'm filming this, and it should be January 1st when this goes live. And I figured that for the first video of 2017, what better topic than my bullet journal. So I've been bullet journaling now for 2 years. So I did one last year, or for a year. Yeah, so I did one last year and I'm starting one this year, and I am super excited. I feel like they keep me super on task, and I just really love the way that this year's is turning out. I even like last year's, even with all the mistakes I made in it. I still really like it, and I want to keep it because I feel like it's just going to be nice memories to have about my life at like every year. So a couple basics before I switch views so you can actually see my bullet journal. I use the Like Term 1917 dotted grid bullet journals. They're my favorite. I got this one on Amazon and I got this one at Paper Source, so they're definitely available many places. I think by now everyone's kind of heard of it. I know that Rhodia also makes one. My friend has one and she really likes it. So Rhodia also makes good ones, but I just wanted to kind of keep with these for this year anyway, and then maybe next year I'll try something else. So the structure of this video is basically just going to be a really quick rundown of what last year's bullet journal looked like, and kind of things I liked about it and things I didn't like about it, things I want to change for this next year. And then here is this year's, where I will show you my January spread and also my beginning of the year kind of spread, so my yearly stuff that is already in here. So this one should hopefully be more suited to what I want it to be like, since I've had a year of practice, and I feel like every year's will just keep getting better. So I'm super excited to start this year's. Just a warning right off the bat, if you are expecting these super pretty, a lot of people do gorgeous spreads in theirs, and I watch them because it's so relaxing to watch, but like if you're expecting pretty doodles on everything, not gonna happen. Themes, not really. I need to keep a consistent theme, I've noticed, in terms of like color scheme and stuff. So there's nothing too like crazy artistic, but if you are like me and you want to bullet journal but you're a little intimidated by the level of just like creativity and artistry that some people put into theirs, and you just feel like you can't, like me, this might be a really good video for you, because it definitely shows that you don't need to be an artist to have a bullet journal that is functional and beautiful. It's very minimal. I think it looks nice. You may have a different opinion, but I think it looks nice, and maybe you can take some inspiration from this video. So that is enough rambling. Let's get right into it. All right, guys, hopefully this layout is decent so you can see. I don't have my desk here, so I'm just using the floor because it's wood and it looks pretty enough, I suppose. Anyway, so without too much talking, I'm just going to first quickly show you kind of generally what my 2017 bullet journal looked like. So on that one I had just written with like a metallic marker on the front the year, and then inside the first real important part is the index. I didn't use the index too much. I really only used it for months. This year I plan to use it for more things because there are plenty of other things that I could put in here to reference to quickly without, you know, having to just search through it. I did have a key page last year, so this was just basically, if you don't know what bullet journaling is, there are a million videos on it, you can just type it in, but it's basically just the key that I was using. However, I already know what I use now, so I am not going to be including a key in this year's. And then I also had a cover page type deal that just had this quote on it, and then I have my 2017 overview, which is just a calendar of the entire year. This was really cute, but it took forever and I never looked at it, so I am not including it this year. And then just you can kind of see how bullet journals change over time. So mine, this was my first month, like my first monthly spread. I did not like this spread. Clearly, I really didn't use it. I didn't use this. I just didn't use it. And then this was my initial weekly spread, which actually I do kind of like this, and I think that maybe when I am not in school, this will be what I go to, because it does have some cool, you know, aspects to it. I really like the gratitude and the little habit tracker thing, and meal prep, but I don't know, because you'll see the one that I use now is much more organized, I feel like, and much less work in terms of drawing it out. And then I have always done kind of weekly pages where I fill them in one day at a time, and that's kind of how it looked for quite a while. So later on, I shifted more towards a monthly calendar that looked like this. So I just had the month. I always outline the months in washi tape. I had a bunch of different washi tapes last year, but this year I think I'm just going to use this one and plain copper because I like things to look kind of uniform and neat. And then I just kind of had a monthly calendar. This one was super messy and I barely used it, but you know, it worked. And then my monthly spread that I usually use is this one right here. So it has events and appointments, priority tasks, YouTube, and then meals. So I will put classes and lunch or like whatever I'm doing or work in this calendar right here. I also put those in my phone, but it does help to write them on paper. Then priority tasks are like the main things that I want to do that day. And then for YouTube, I like to post kind of what I have to do that day. So if it's post to Instagram, upload Vlogmas, whatever it is, that's what I do. And then in the meal prep thing, I don't use this all the time, but I really want to start using it more, and it just allows me to kind of write down what I plan on eating that day so I know what I need, like in terms of ingredients and things like that, or sometimes I'll just log it afterwards. And that is basically how last year's bullet journal worked. I got through most of it, honestly. I got through to about here, and that was from February through the end of the year. So I figured it was time to start a new one, so that is what I'm doing. So let me get that and show you guys. My 2018 bullet journal is the exact same journal itself, and then here's the index so far. So this is just kind of today's rundown of like what I have so far, because obviously I just started. I'm not going to have a ton of things. So I have my content calendar, which I will show you in a second. It looks like it will be super helpful for people who have YouTube channels or whatever. I did get the idea from Lily Pebbles, so I will link her video below so you can see that. And then I have my January overview and January 1st through 7th. So I think this year what I'm going to do is mark both the weeks as well as months. Just so if I ever want to go back and look at a week, just because you never know when you might want to, I can do that. So I'm just going to go ahead and flip straight into the pages. I have this blank page and blank page here. So this one has the dots on it. I don't know what I'm going to use for this, if I'm going to use it at all. I'm thinking maybe a quote, but also I may just leave it plain because I'm really very minimalist when it comes to these things. So I'm going to show you my content calendar, which of course already has a splotch on it. But the basic idea with this is that I like is you just have the entire month laid out, and then you can write down what days videos need to be posted. Which will be super helpful for me because a lot of times I remember that I need to film or whatever, but I don't actually remember, you know, to film ahead of time or to post ahead of time or to schedule it. So I think that this will keep me really on task this year, which is something that I really want to do. So basically I just have the days here. I have the vlog that has to go up here. Or not the vlog, the video that has to go up here on the day that it has to be posted. And then up here, it stands for film, edited, info, and scheduled. So this means like I can put a dot when I film. So I put a dot next to the bullet journal 2018 video because I'm filming that right now and I wanted to put a dot there, you know. And then edited for when it's done editing, and then info if I fill out the description box, and then scheduled because I want to try to schedule all of my videos ahead of time this year so that I do not have to worry about posting last minute, which I will be doing today. But after this one, hopefully, I won't be. And then I only have this month planned out so far. I have like a theme for this month, and this month's videos are going to be vegan centered. So I mean, today's the bullet journal video, and I'm thinking I'll do every month one of those, and then every Monday I'm going to post a weekly vlog. So those are these ones right here, and then my main channel videos are going to go up on, I believe, Friday. So the first one coming up is a vlog style, what I eat in a day. Super excited about that. I'm gonna talk about vegan body care and hygiene. Then the next week is a hair care review. This is a vegan, mostly vegan brand of hair care that I've really been liking, so I thought I would do a review on that. And then I'm finishing up with a get ready with me with my favorite vegan and cruelty-free makeup. So this should be an exciting month. And then I also have notes at the bottom just to keep track of things, like I need to film a review of some sheets, but I need to put that in here somewhere. It's not going on my YouTube channel, but I need to put it somewhere. So having a note space is really nice for that purpose. And of course, I kind of messed up some of these, so they're like a little off center on some, but I'm still happy with it. And now we are into January. So this is my monthly spread for January, and I found this layout on Pinterest, so I do not take credit for it. I just kind of copied this as well as this, but with my own little spins on them. So I really like this monthly layout. So all it is you have the month up here, and then you have scheduled, unscheduled, and goals. Oh, I should probably talk about my pens as well. To do this, I use mostly 3 pens. So I have the Micron 0.5. It's just a black kind of felt tip marker. I really like this one. This is what I use to write mostly, but I do have the 0.3 and 0.1 that I got today, so I will probably be taking advantage of those now. They were on sale, so you know, figured I'd pick up a new one, but this is the pen that I've been using since last year. I use this Faber-Castell felt tip kind of brush tip applicator, and this is what I get the thicker lines that I use. I use for a lot of the main lines and the bigger titles, so that is what this is for. Then possibly my favorite pen is this gold, or it's a copper one. It's just a Pentel 08 something, but it's in the copper shade. I also get this at Paper Source, but I see it at Michaels as well, so they probably have it at Michaels. And it's just a little gel pen, and that is where I get the copper from. And I like to keep my colors pretty monochromatic just because it is easier that way, and it makes me feel more organized, and like I don't have to sit here and think too much about what I want my journal to look like in terms of colors. So that is what you can see here. So essentially, I just have my month laid out here, and this is just for like scheduled things like dentist appointments and things like that, that like I might forget about or that I need to schedule ahead of time. So like, see, I need to schedule this general checkup, whatever, so I will put a little thing here when it is done. And then I have goals for the month because I feel like having goals is a good idea. And now I'm trying something new. I never did a habit tracker last year, or if I did, I never really stuck with it. And so I just saw this one on Pinterest. It's not perfect, it's a little out of line, but hey, you know, it happens. And I just have things that I want to keep track of. I just went ahead and marked a few, even though the day is not over, just so you can kind of see what I do. These are the pens that I decided to go with. They're just markers, and they're in these kind of like jewel tone, like fall palette colors, because I feel like it went really well with the copper. So I wanted to get pens that would look nice with that. And essentially, once I finish something, I just fill in the little bubble for that day, and it helps. So I have waking up by 7 a.m. because I want to start waking up earlier, yoga or Pilates, gym, close rings, so on my Apple Watch, hydrate, I need to drink more water. LifeSum is an app where you put your food in, so if I like put all my food in that day. No alcohol. I don't really drink alcohol too much, so this one should be pretty easy. No spend, definitely, that didn't happen today. Post video, I'm going to be posting a video today, so I filled that in. Post on Instagram, just so that I can keep track of how often I'm posting, and then also clean for 15 minutes because I want to start cleaning every day so that I don't have to clean up a huge mess all at the end. So that's it for my monthly. And now we're on to weekly. So the tape looks kind of messed up here, but hey, it happens. That's one thing about bullet journaling I've learned, is it does not have to be perfect. You can totally make mistakes, and it's totally okay. So this is for the week of January 1st through 7th. So this is very similar, actually identical to the layout that I showed you in my previous bullet journal. And again, it's events, priority tasks, YouTube, and meal plan. And I will just write down kind of what's going on that day, events here reminding me what's going on exactly. This is where I'll put classes and things, and then priority tasks. I do need to go grocery shopping today, and then YouTube and meal plans. So it just kind of gives me a nice layout for the week. And then lastly, I'll just show you how I do this because I haven't done it yet. So I like to have a lot of space to write if I choose to, so that is why I have this page after every weekly page. So I will put the day of the week and the date. I always underline in my little copper pen here. I think it's super minimalist, super nice. And then I will write anything that is going on that day. So I'm going to try using a skinnier pen just because I have one now, and that seems like a good time. So I'm starting with an X here because I'm already doing it. Film. And that is basically all I do. I also like this because if something happens that day, I can use the dash symbol and just write myself a little note, and then I just kind of fill this in as I go. I've never gone over the 2 pages, but if I did, I would just flip on to the next page and do a day there. But so far, that has never happened. So that is all I have to show you in this year's bullet journal because it is so empty. I'm just really excited for 2018, and I hope that you guys are too. Hope that you have had a great holiday or whatever you celebrate or don't celebrate, and hopefully I will see you in my next video. The morning is waking slow and the traffic's not moving.